Hello, welcome back to Gaetano's University, where we are talking about learning how to win in the workplace, starting with being an awesome worker. Okay, this is the whole thing that we're talking about right now through these 8 different sessions is learning how to be a star worker. So we were just talking with the group here about how we think about work and how we look at work. And it's one thing when we're looking at work and it's difficult and it's hard, and at the end of the day, we're just going, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that's over. I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore. Man, it was terrible. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You just go, blah, 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 you know, and you're texting everybody, my life. We're like dying all over the place type of thing. But another way to think about work is those specific times, and I know that you've been in this place because we each have, where you've done something, you've really had to expend a lot of energy, you've had to work hard, you've had to stay focused over a period of time, and it was hard, it was difficult, and you're drained and you're tired, but at the end, there was an outcome that you were wanting. There was that positive outcome, whether it be losing the weight, whether it be gaining the weight, whether it would be scoring certain numbers in sports or winning a certain number of competitions. But at the end, there's that outcome that you were looking for, and even though you're tired, even though you're worn out, there's this feeling of, I feel good about myself. I like this. I like this. I feel like I've accomplished. I feel a confidence in accomplishment. That's how we want to be thinking about work. That's how we want to be thinking about even struggles and difficulties in our life. So as we hop in today, the whole topic today is talking about how star employees think about work. So let's dive into this. Fair enough? Here we go. We've already gone through, we've already had some conversations, and so you guys have probably been doing this as well, but we've already had some conversations about, so, what questions do you have? And it was interesting how our group didn't have any questions, which leads the teacher to think, okay, are we implementing? So we want to make sure that we are implementing the things that we're learning. If we don't implement, then it's just a bunch of information that is put into our brain that is already full. So we want to be careful not to do that. There should be questions. Next of all, after that, we talked about some wins, some things that we're accomplishing. We had several people talk about how they were accomplishing their action items. So, fantastic. As we get done with today, the key thing for you, Gianna, to do today is to actually put together your action items toward work. Okay? It's fantastic to have action items toward your fitness, action items toward your diet, action items toward your spiritual life, action items toward your relationships and stuff like that. Those are great. But this time today, I want you to be focused on action items toward work. How will you implement the things that we're learning today into your workplace environment? Fair enough? That's where we're headed. So today we are going to start here on page 13. I want to talk about the wheel of wealth. Coming off of our discussion yesterday or in our last meeting on how business works, it's important for us to understand this whole thing of all the pieces that go into making a business successful. So let's start out with, I'm just going to show you, you've got a picture of it there in your notes, but it all begins right here in the center, all right? Hey, I got blue today. Beautiful. I was expecting white, I got blue. Thank you very much. So this is where we have the vision. The person has the vision for the business, the vision, the thing, the passion that drives them forward. I'm going to put a big P in here as well. The vision and the passion. And we can even put the big M in there for the mission of how we're going to accomplish this. Okay? That's what's right there in the very center. And then from that, now we have to build this vehicle that allows us to actually make some money. Because what is the ultimate goal for a business? Make money. All right? And remember, not only make money, but to keep money. All right? To make sure that some of that money that I'm making, I get to keep. Because if we're not careful, Reuben, you might be in this position, although you don't look like you would be one that would be there. Oh, yeah, he does. But anyway, that you're making money, but where does it all go? How come every single month I have to keep making money? Because at the end of the month, I'm back at zero again. Do you guys know that 82% of the American workforce lives paycheck to paycheck? Paycheck to paycheck. All right? I think it's like 79, 82, right in there, percent of the American public, of the American workforce, paycheck to paycheck. Anybody know what I'm talking about there? All right? Is anybody tired of going paycheck to paycheck? Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, that's a tough way to go. So it's not just about making money, it's about keeping a portion of that money that we're making. So here's what we have in the center, but then we have to create this vehicle. The way that we create the vehicle in business is we have all of these different spokes that come off of here. We have HR, we have public relations, human relations, public relations, we have marketing, we've got sales, we have accounting. There's a fun one. Anybody in here enjoy numbers? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, I've got some yeses out here. Yeah, very good. All right. What else do we have? Give me some of those others. I'm going a little... Okay. Oh, yeah. Customer service is a huge one. What else do we have on there? Okay. Ooh, quality control. Yeah, spidering. What the heck is that? All right. Spidering is simply taking one transaction and turning it into multiple transactions. Okay. It's taking one event and turning it into multiple events. So, yeah, kind of like a web. Thank you very much for bringing that out. Yeah, that's the spidering thing. So all of these pieces have to be in place to make a business work well. Now again, if I'm not careful, Reuben, as a worker, I will go to work thinking about me and my paycheck. I'm really not even aware of all of this other stuff going on. And so all of a sudden, in this case, in our case, we're selling pizzas, which is beautiful. But if we're not careful, we're going through transactions going, man, these guys are making money hand over fist. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're making so much money. No, you just don't see that all of these other pieces have to go into place. And every single one of these pieces costs money. And it can cost a lot of money. So in this wheel right here, Jessica, where do you feel like, which of these spokes do you feel like you fit in? Where does, okay, customer service, fantastic. So let's say that Jessica is over here. Oh, I put long hair. Sorry, can't go with long hair. Okay, oh no. Okay. Ah, now you lost your face. All right, we're just going to do that. We're going to go here. We're going to come back to here. We're going here, and we're going to, all right, there's Jessica. All right. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. I'm not an artist. But here's Jessica over here. Now, it's important for us to understand just where we fit in the mindset of an owner or a manager, okay? So I'm going to go back to my circles here. First of all, here we have the owner, and the owner is thinking about his vision right here. Step one, that's the main thing that's on his mind. The next piece that is on his mind is, how can I create a business? So he's thinking about the business. And then from there, he is thinking about, how can I manage the business? Business management, right there. And then from there, he or she has in their mind this right here of star employees. Who are my players? Who are the ones that are awesome at work? And then from there, they've got on their mind all of the other workers. So this is the level of distance that you are from the owner or the manager's brain. Well, that's not fair. I want to be close. I want them to really like me. You know, it's like, yeah, good luck with that. They have other things on their mind. You guys okay with that? I just want us to understand this, because if we don't, we'll keep wondering why. Well, how come they don't talk to me? How come they don't spend time with me? How come they don't do this? Because you could be way out here. Look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 levels out. Does that make sense? I'm 5 levels out. So, Michaela, the question is, how can I move in? How can I get closer? How can I become more front of mind? What do you think? Looking at this, what do I need to do? If I'm out here at level 5, at the worker level, the status quo level, how do I get closer? Become a star employee. Exactly. Become a star employee. Well, if I'm a star employee, how do I do even more? How do I press in even further? Okay, thank you, Reuben, star student today. Become manager material. I begin to solve problems, as I'm spitting all over the place, saying solve problems. I begin to solve problems in the business management issue. I begin to take care of some of this stuff. Becoming a star employee means I'm going to impact one circle. Beginning to impact more means that I'm solving more problems in that circle and possibly even impacting other circles. Does that make sense? Now I'm getting closer to front of mind of my manager or owner. Does this make sense how that works? You don't get there just because you're cute. You don't get there just because you're a hard worker. You get there because you begin to solve problems. And you may want to write this down. The more problems you solve, the more money you can make. Remember a long time ago, there was a guy here in Tulsa that had a show, Lewis Meyer's Bookshelf. Oh gosh, man, I'm going all the way back to when I was like 7. And he would read books on TV on Sunday mornings. And at the end of the show, he would always say, the more books you read, the taller you'll grow. Might be a little throwback for some folks, I don't know. But in this case that we're talking about, the more problems you solve, the more money you can make. What we're going to do next, I want to take a look at our organizational chart briefly here, okay? Organizational chart, as you can see here in the notes, is simply the hierarchy of responsibility and authority. Now, the word hierarchy, did I just blow anybody out of the water? Have you guys heard that word? Yes. Okay, maybe from biology class. I remember always teaching the hierarchy, the classification system in biology and everything was always a good time for me. But there's this hierarchy. What this does is it's a hierarchy of responsibility and authority in the company. It's also a key to how information is communicated throughout the entire organization. So, if I have a specific position that's in a box, okay, on the organizational chart, and I have a question or need something, I go to the person that is directly above me. That's how this organizational chart works here, obviously. Now notice the different levels. Up here at the very top, here is where you have the CEO, all right? The main leader of the company, the person is in charge of everything. And then over here, all right, these are just a classic organizational chart. We have sales and marketing on one end. In the middle, we have the production, how we're going to get the product out to people. And then over here, we have admin. Primary responsibilities here, these are VPs. These are people with a lot of responsibility in the organization. The sales and marketing, these people bring in business. These people here make sure that you take care of the people and all the business that has come in. These people over here make sure that these two branches have all the resources they need. They got the people they need, they got the money they need, they got the equipment they need, they got the organization that they need, systems and all that kind of stuff. Fair enough? So these two levels, this level right here is what we would call, I'm just going to go ahead and say that these two levels are leader levels with that level of responsibility. And then under here, under each one of these, classic, can look different for different businesses, but the classic idea here is under these guys, we have sales and marketing managers, production managers, customer service managers, okay, quality managers, and so forth are in this area. Here we have the accounting manager or the office manager. Here we have the HR manager in these categories here. Is that fair enough? And then often after that, under the managers, depending upon the organization, under here we have leaders, supervisors, okay? Kind of like team leaders or supervisors or, depending upon the company, you have different types of names for them. And then underneath that level, what do we have? Workers. We got the workers, okay? Down here, not sure why it's not, I guess I've gone out of the printing zone. Down low, we have the workers. So in this category, in this structure, Reuben, where do you fit right now? Do you fit at the worker level? I'm going to go here. Do you fit at the worker level? Do you fit at the team builder level? Do you fit at the manager level? Do you fit at the leader level?
I'm in between the team and worker.
Okay, in here? Fantastic. So if I'm down here, how do I begin to move up?
Taking more responsibility.
Very good. You solve problems. Down here, what type of problems do we solve? Here he goes. All right, you're going to want to write this down. This is gold for you. The worker, what is the problem that the worker solves? Do the job. Just do the job you've been asked to do. It's not rocket science, but you guys, it'll set you apart from everybody else. If you want to move up to the team builder, remember from the pyramid that we wrote, if you want to move from the worker level to the team builder, what do you need to show that you can do? What problems are you solving? Anybody remember? Jessica, that's exactly right. All right. I love this. This is exactly right. What you're doing is not only are you doing the work, but you are getting other people to do the work with you. You can actually encourage. You can actually inspire. You can actually go over to Reuben and go, hey, Reuben, how about this? And he's going, okay, yeah, if you're doing it, I'll do it. You're actually building other people up. How do I move from the team builder to the manager? By taking more responsibility and putting together systems to make things more efficient, make things go smoother. You know, we'd probably save a little bit of money if we went with serving sizes. The serving sizes would probably be a whole lot easier if we actually made the cup the size of the serving size, rather than having a huge cup that we just need to put a little bit of stuff in. That's a management thought right there. Hey, it's a good idea, putting together a system, and so on. So that's how we begin to grow and expand in our companies. But again, what we've got here is from the top down to the bottom, we have levels of complexity. Levels of complexity. And at the worker level, it's just come to work, get the job done. Clock in, clock out, get the job done. But hey, this person all of a sudden, they're kind of taking some ownership. They're thinking differently about their work. They're actually here to help out. They're here on time. They actually get things done. Man, I kind of like this person. And then I've noticed the other day, they were actually encouraging some other people and getting these other people. Did you know that Reuben was actually able to get Michaela to do this stuff? No one's ever been able to do that. Man, I got my eye on Reuben. Does that make sense? So that's how you begin to move up. Guys, it's not rocket science, but it's important. Whether you are in an entry-level, minimum pay, minimum wage job, or whether you are in a career job, this is how you move up. It's how you begin to show yourself valuable to the company, by solving more and more complexity. Fair enough? Okay, fantastic.